Example of another case I don't really care for too much, but at least the damn things here are metal. This was the Cyber Power, but it's actually a case made by some other company. So we'll pull this thing out of here, and let's see. Yeah, we'll pull the drive out of here too and put it in here. I don't know. I kind of like this case, but I kind of don't. It's just like, well, whatever. But I prefer a little more rugged of a case. I gotta do something with this case. It's got like a perfectly good i7 in it, so I don't really feel like pulling anything out of it. Alright, so we got this case here, and I have this other like really weird power supply that totally fits this kind of scheme. Rose Will. This is a 700 watt power supply, so we'll put it in here. I'm going to put it to where it sucks air from the bottom. Or blows air out on the bottom anyway. Well, suck air from the back and blow it out the bottom, I think is what it does. Anyway. We're going to need to make sure some of these wires here, they're not hooked up. Why they're not hooked up is beyond me. I don't think this thing actually ever ran in this particular case. Okay, so this is an actual Intel board, apparently. It's apparently a DB75EN, according to this. And it's an LG 1155 socket with a B75 chipset. That makes sense. It's called the Executive Series. And I guess it's straight up made by Intel. Never heard of that. But that's basically, when I pulled one of the numbers off the board, that's what I got. I don't know anything about that, but I know that I have that socket set on a few processors. So it's hard to say what it really is. Here's one right here on Amazon. Let's go take a look. And pull that up. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Who in the hell would pay that? This thing doesn't even have HDMI. Okay, so this is obviously a refurbished deal. Anyway. Let's see here. So that's gonna be like a straight up Intel board, I guess. Intel BLKD. Let me see. BTEN. There's some other stuff in here, but there's another number on here that says 21B6E1. We're trying to look that up. / 21 B6 I'm already finding that as a motherboard. 21B6E1, okay, and that also comes up as a Intel motherboard. Very crazy. That's definitely it. No, it's not. Look at that. That's something else. Oh, that's an E2. See, it says E2. So this is not an E2. Yeah, so E2 would have been like the other version. E1. Let's see what this one is. This is also E2. They're all E2. Interesting. Okay. Intel desktop board BP56. It says E1, E2, but anyway, this is definitely not. It's a very strange board. Intel desktop board. Okay. 21B6E1, but then also it's a DB75EN. Huh. Let me see. DB75EN. Let's just see if we get better results on that. Yeah, it just comes up with like that one. No, let's just go double check this. This is on Amazon. I think we should be able to see a good enough picture. Wait. Hold on. Okay, I'm just trying to get a better picture of it. Come on, man. Yeah, so, whatever the case may be with that, about this product, powered by the 3rd generation core processor family, the Intel desktop board DB75EN maximizes employee productivity. Anyway, there's also something on Tom's Hardware about it. Let's see here. 1.5 DDR SD RAMs with gold-plated contacts. Blah, 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 blah. Up to 32. Okay. Anyway, let's we're gonna shoot a pop some memory into this. I need to figure out if I have a computer laying around with memory in it, where I can just pull it. At the moment, okay. So my other machine is, my other Corsair is empty. Alright. Alright, so I popped a few cards of low voltage RAM in there because that's all I can find. Well, let's see if we can find any of the pins on here. We got the hard drive LED. All this stuff's right here. Yeah, that sucks. So we're going to have to download the manual for this. Let's see. Try and download it. Says, oops, something went wrong. Come on, man. Alright. I hate to get it off of a different place. Download. Okay, so we're just waiting for the PDF to open. Okay. What? Why can't you open the damn file? I'm not using my regular phone. Okay. Are you serious? Alright, so I'm in the manual here on the other computer. I want to scroll through here real quick. Okay, so we have the pins here. We just need to pin out what they are. They're not marked on the board. We do have colors on them. We probably could figure it out, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to hook something up wrong. It should be on page 45, so we're on 37, so we should be pretty close. Okay, standby power LED. What are they talking about? I sure hope they're not going to sit here and go one by one on all these damn things. Okay. Here we go. Q. Oh, Jesus Christ. You really are. So Q is the two red ones. And they're going to tell me what it is. Front panel header. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so basically, where does it tell me what these are supposed to be? Oh my god. 4-pin. Are you serious? Like, why can't you just label it? Holy moly. This is retarded. Okay. So, there it is here. Boy, that's ridiculous. So, the hard drive activity LED, the power switch, okay, and then dual colored LED, I don't know, I guess. Anyway, hard drive activity is on 1 and 3. Reset switch, okay. Alright. We got it. Alright. So, it's upside down in this picture. Power switch is on the red. Okay. And purple is above it. So the hard drive LED is on the orange, and the end one is positive. Okay, so that goes here. Okay. Now we've got a bunch of other crap in here. I don't think this thing's ever been used. There's all these other cables here. This is going to be for our audio and all that stuff. I hate doing this from scratch with these damn things. I don't mind if they're like easily marked. And they're not color-coded correctly, so, okay. The blue and white is the reset switch, which will go on the purple, and that, none of that actually matters as far as polarity. Okay. It's hard to tell what I'm looking at here, but that's going to be right next to it. So we got purple, and then there's nothing after that. And underneath the purple is going to be the power switch. Okay, so we got these other things we need to deal with. The orange should be hard drive activity light. Okay, orange is power switch. Okay, and that's going to the red. Okay, and that isn't going to matter at all, but we'll just put it right here. Okay. And then what do we got here? The power LED, you know, they break them up so they can be moved however. And then we have, I don't know what this is. Like a temperature sensor here. Yeah, so that's cool. It's got a temperature sensor, so that needs to be placed somewhere a little more logical. Or is it just like probably reading the temperature of the case randomly? Let's see. I don't know what the heck. Why is that one coming off of there? Okay, so this is going to be. We'll just put it here. It's like not even using the whole damn thing. Like a partial usage of the USB port. Okay. This one's a full one. Okay. You guys probably can't see what the hell I'm even doing. Okay. So we got the USBs plugged in. And then so we're looking at the power LED. Okay, so the power LED would be on 2 and 4, and it should be a dual color. These can switch polarity, which is kind of wacky because if it switches and this isn't a dual color LED, then isn't it going to cook it? That's what I would think. So, they have the single color LED. Okay, single color LED. And the positive is on the end, and that's going like this. So. I love listening to the neighbor's dog bark at all hours of the day and night. You know, you should try it sometime. It's great. I'm sure a lot of you guys have to deal with it. Too many people want to own dogs and they, you know, don't take care of them. No, I get it. This day and age, it's nice to have a dog in the backyard to guard everything and all that. And I've thought about it myself, but I'm like, isn't that, you know, I don't know. I'm going to put this thing here somewhere. Okay, we have another USB right here. I don't know if there's another USB header going on this thing. I don't think I actually have another one. This thing's actually got a fair amount of SATAs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of them is completely wiped out by the video card. I think this is the front panel USBs. So I really am like kind of curious what this blue one is doing then. I'm going to take the blue one off of here because I don't trust that that's the correct one. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't what I thought it was. This says HD audio on it. Okay. So we need our audio. Here's serial. Front panel audio. It's right here. Okay. Alright. Sometimes there's more than one spot for these too. I always wonder if somebody like said, I think I'm going to build a computer, but I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, how did this happen? Well, I'm sitting here obsessing over these wires when it's really not important. But I would like to have them kind of out of my way. Green one, a little bit. Orange one. Orange, green. And then we got all the fans and stuff. So, I think luckily this really old power supply, one of them I've got, has a lot of these supplied already. So, won't move this one. Try and get it out of here. What I should do is just pop the other side of the case. Yeah, it's like probably the easiest thing to do. Okay. We got tangled up in the wires in here. Gotta untangle it. This one here. Let's go ahead and pull that back out. Come on, man. Freaking ridiculous. Multiple, like, Molex piggybacks of crap. It's like, oh, Lord. they used to go nuts with these Molex connectors. Like, they're like the worst to organize, it seems. Okay. Okay, we got this and this, and one of them's pulled out. This happens a lot. You get pulled out. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Is it just like a piggyback? Or is it completely separate fan? Because I can't tell for sure. So it looks like maybe the kind that has the controller and the kind that doesn't have the controller. Maybe they had something else in between it. I don't know. We get this one, and this one, and then this one. None of these are going to run off the motherboard. That's fine. I don't really care. Get them out of here. Don't know what's going on with this one here. These yellow wires are not being supplied if you don't connect this part. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got that on there. I don't know what they were aiming for with this. But the main thing is we just want to see that it works. And now this one here can be like plugged in to this one. That way we don't have to like have multiple, and then we can shove this back under the bottom side of this thing once we get to that point. Let's just do that now, actually. Man, what a pain. They just make it so messy. Okay. So now, I'm not really concerned, like, because this thing might not even work. They have plugged the fan wires in pretty strange on the processor. Yeah, I would really be surprised, or I mean, wouldn't be surprised to run into some really weird stuff. So, I basically need to stop screwing around and just, like, see if it works, you know. Okay. Get that there. Okay. And then I gotta have to find a SATA cable. Jeez. So, like, really, we got a power supply in here too, and I don't have screws for it that I'm aware of. So we're gonna put this in here, and never heard of Rosewell, but that's the name of the company. I did actually see that they sell computer cases recently, but I'd never really heard of them until like recently. So this is a pretty big octopus of a power supply here, which is great. So, you know, it's better than some of them where you're like, oh man, I don't even have a way to power this video card, man. Okay. What's really weird is there's like absolutely no marks whatsoever or signs of anything ever being screwed down. We got one right here, but to this power supply, there's no sign. I just put a screw in, but there's no evidence that the power supply has ever been screwed into this thing. What the hell? Is this like some guy put this together and was like, I can't figure it out, or something? Anyway, this is where I'm at on it. So I'm going to be back when I get this mounted in here. I'm not going to film the whole thing. We'll end up with a really long video. I mean, you guys already know how to do this. You're all experts. The guys that leave the comments on my channel always know a lot more than I do. So I'm not going to film the whole thing. It wouldn't make sense. But we're gonna get it up. We're gonna see if it runs. If it doesn't run, then we'll just you know, take whatever we can use out of it and leave the rest. All right. So I just shoved this in here. We've got all this stuff. This actually says it's for PCI Express graphics. Actually hooked up all the fans except for one, which should be pretty simple to do. Piggyback it up over here. And I just tucked it in there. It's a mess. We don't have another SATA cable. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to try and boot it up. Okay. I think we're good. I get 2 screws in the power supply, just enough to hold it there. And, yeah. Get back in there. Okay. There's a display port and HDMI. I cannot find my display port cable anywhere. We'll go ahead and hook it to the internet. I need my mouse, and then I'm going to have to find my keyboard. I want to do that before anything happens with this. I like to use these really small keyboards, if at all possible. That's what I prefer to use. What the hell is that? The eSATA port? Okay. Now, I don't even know if this power supply works, so I should have tested that as well. Okay, let's see if we got a blue light down there. Okay. Let's see what we got. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna guess we'll just flip this funky ass thing open. And if we did everything right, we should see it light up. Pretty cool. It definitely looks neat for a cheap plastic thing. And what's nice about it is the blue and that. Now if I take this thing apart, okay, we need a battery. CMOS battery failure. That's okay. We just want to see if it works. And I don't know if I'm going to need to do that in order to get it to boot, but it might not also like the RAM. Look at it. It is an Intel board. That's freaking crazy. Straight up made by Intel. And I was thinking, man, this is some like crappy ass Acer board, you know. I've run into Acer boards that look like this. So anyway, that's pretty cool. Okay, it's going to take a while because it's not configured for this thing at all. And I have had this I'm starting to worry about this SSD. I need to wear it out, unplugging it and plugging it in so many damn times. What I really need to do is be booting from a USB stick instead of doing this kind of stuff. But that's cool. So it's actually a legit Intel motherboard. The video card is a strange touch to add to something that's kind of outdated. I don't know, it just seems like a mix of like weirdness. And it's possible the guys at the thrift store like were bored and threw this thing together. As you can see, it didn't take too long for it to actually boot up. And we want to know what we have for a processor. Let me see if I can get this screen adjusted to where you maybe can see this. And I love the view. It looks great. But we a little bit more this way. It's pretty cool, don't you guys think? Okay. I'm gonna say, what do you guys think it is? Is it an i5? Is it i3? Is it i7? Is it some like weird Core 2 Duo? Well, it can't be because it's an 1155 socket, I think. I think that would preclude some of that. Let's see. What in the hell do we have in here? It's thinking. We had i5. I really, I can't read it. USB device not recognized. Is it i5 3330S, 2.7 gigahertz, 12 gigabytes of RAM. So it's a third generation i5, which still get the job done. Very interesting. I was hoping maybe something a little better, but you know, I bet you it will benchmark just fine. Now, it's probably not fair to benchmark it right now because it's still probably looking for drivers and all kinds of other fun stuff. So it does have 4 cores, and it doesn't say anything about threads. So I don't know anything about this particular processor. I really like the temperature gauges and stuff on the front of this. I think that's really cool. I really don't know what the VU is because it says it in dB. -20, +20. A VU, let me see. That's a sound level. Okay. And the fan speed is just at 1%. It's at 50%. Our temperature is below 86 degrees. It's really a lot of cool information, but both of these blue things are smashed in down here, and that's kind of a bummer. But it's really a neat looking thing. Oh, I forgot to start the bench. I'm at the point where I've got a lot of Legos to play with, if you know what I mean. Well, that looks real slow. So, we'll be back when this thing is done. So this is probably one of the worst scores I've seen out of any of them. But it's a very budget i5. Even the i3 did better than this, but I know that I could do some updates to this, and it will perform better. The one thing is, I'm not gonna play with this. I'm not gonna pull the thing out. I'm not gonna change anything. I actually don't have another one of those chips, anyways. I have extra 1151s, but not this one. So anyway, so yeah, it didn't do real good, but and also that's just like the first test. The thing's moving quite a bit of air with these fans. So I guarantee once I do Windows updates and things, it will definitely go better.